Hey you guys, and welcome to another video. In this video I want to break down an example ritual for Azazel. As you can see in the picture, I've brought with me a sigil of how I like to draw my sigils to contact Azazel. This video is going to be a step-for-step tutorial to get right to the ritual. If you want to know more about Azazel, there's a lot of information out on YouTube. What I can tell you from my experience is that I truly love Azazel. Working with him has been a blessing, to say the least. He's a strict teacher that will show you the aspects of life in which you are lacking, that will bring great challenges in your life, but also great growth, abundance, wealth, or health, whatever you're seeking. His power is unlimited in all regions. So let's get right into it, guys. You want to do a ritual with Azazel, may it be for health, for fame, for wealth, for growth, for spirituality, or whatever purpose. Azazel is a true all-rounder. If you are able to connect with him, you will get what you're seeking, and this is guaranteed. But don't misunderstand me here. Like I said, Azazel is a strict teacher. He's concerned about your growth. He wants you to be the best version of yourself. And therefore, if you're seeking for something, and challenges have to arise in order to achieve that, yes, they will. They will come. And you better be prepared. Don't be scared. Azazel is a teacher, a demon, that is there for the people who are able to embrace whatever they've been hiding under their skin, whatever they've been put back in the head of theirs. Azazel will bring this forth for you to face it, grow from it, and achieve what you have been seeking. To put it into better understandable terms, if you always wanted to make a 5-figure income, but certain character traits or personas have hindered you to achieve that, there will be changes in your life happening. So that just as a disclaimer, so you know that you are working with a strict teacher who will deliver on what you seek, but only if you are able to go through what he tests you and blesses you with. So let's get right into the ritual process, guys. You see here on the sigil how I like to draw and lay out the sigil to work with Azazel. In the middle you see his sigil. In each corner you see the sigil of Saturn, the planet that Azazel is connected with. And also you see his name written 4 times around the sigil. Encircling Azazel's sigil within the 4 sigils of Saturn and his name 4 times. While writing this down, you will already connect with him on a deep level. Take your time to draw this out. The drawing process can be seen as kind of a meditation to connect with Azazel already on a subconscious level. The sigil will open your subconscious gateways to connect with Azazel. Write his name 4 times around the sigil as shown here, and use the sigils of Saturn to seal it all in all cardinal directions. You see a total of 3 sigils of Azazel. To the left and right side are another 2. You can feel free to do 3 or 6 sigils, however you prefer to draw it. Around the sigil and the writings, you see Aya, ONCA, Azazel, AKEN written, which is the N to contact Azazel, the ENN-Chanting, which you can vibrate with your vocals in order to connect with Azazel via the mechanism of language, which is very, very powerful. The language of the gods lets us connect with the gods, with the ancient teachers. So drawing and speaking both together are already a powerful way to contact Azazel and to prime your subconscious for the contact that will happen. You also see written down EO and EO on the top of and the bottom. EO Azazel means something like Heil Azazel. If you've drawn out the sigil using some of the techniques that I've shown you here, you can feel free to add your own. If you put time and effort into it, it will be appreciated. I like to do it this way. You can feel free to copy that. If you're taking your time to draw everything out, you now get into the ritual process. As described earlier on this channel, I want to advise you to what offerings to use. When you are doing a ritual, offerings are not necessary, but greatly appreciated. Think about it. If somebody comes to you and asks you for something, and you want to be seen as worthy of their teachings, if you're going to somebody that you admire, adore, or even if you're just going to a family meetup, you will always bring gifts, right? You'll never go anywhere, to a party, to a birthday, to a wedding, with empty hands. This official wedding between you and what you want to achieve, so don't come with empty hands. Good offerings for Azazel include black candles with Azazel's name and or sigil carved into it. Azazel appreciates spirit or alcohol, like rum, vodka, or whiskey. I like to give Azazel chocolate or cherries as an offering. Azazel is connected with the color red and black, so you can feel free to use dragon blood ink or any other red or black item that you feel is suiting, like red wine. Incense, dragon blood's incense, can be used. I personally like to light at least 2 incense sticks to get the room all smoky and get the vibe and aura going. This smoke is actually a transmitter The smoke acts as a transmitter between the realms and helps you to communicate in a clearer way and get you into a trance. When you have everything prepared and set up in a nice way, clean your room, clean your surrounding. And this means not only physical but also energetical. Say that you now part from whatever doesn't serve you, that you banish every uninvited or unwanted energy. You can feel free to do the lesser banishing ritual of the pentagram before. When you're going into the ritual itself, I like to use the following structure and order. As described before in this channel, I always like to start my rituals with a meditation process. You can meditate 10 to 20 minutes and gaze at Azazel's sigil at the same time, or keep your eyes closed and envision it. You can already start ENN-Chanting and vibrating ONCA, Azazel, AKEN. The phase 1 of the ritual is to get into the trance and connect with the spirit on a deeper level. You should clear your thoughts so it is easy for you to receive any messages. If you get good at meditation, you can calm your mind in a quick manner. This helps you to keep any uninvited thoughts out of your mind, to really focus on the communication that is taking place. If you have problems communicating, like I've seen before here written in the comments, don't worry. It is like everything, and it takes practice to become good at it. It is a skill that you need to build, but don't get frustrated, because remember, you're doing this for your own growth, and it is working, even if you're not yet perfect at it. The results will follow if you follow the steps that I outline here. If you have put all of your offerings into place, and started the meditation, the gazing, and the getting into the trance, you should dedicate all items to Azazel. Touch every chalice or item and say, I dedicate this item to Azazel. By the energy of Saturn, so mote it be. Do this with every single item and imagine the burning sigil of Azazel burning into this item. This is very important, so these items and the energies of it don't get hijacked by any uninvited or unwanted spirits that can also harm you in the long run. Dedicate everything to Azazel with great respect, and then start the real enchanting process. Repeat the ENN-Chant ONCA, Azazel, AKEN in a speed that suits you and your trance. I like to repeat it 6 times, 33 times, 36 times, 66 times. It depends on what is needed for me to feel the energy. Repeat it as often as you wish to, or as you feel as needed. You can stop when you feel a change of energy, or when you feel and have the intuition that it is now enough. Follow your intuition and get good at it. Even if you cannot hear any spirit communication yet, your intuition will guide you through this process. Don't be afraid to follow through with any steps. It is not like you're being judged or anything. If you have everything into place, started with the gazing, started with the meditation, did the ENN-Chanting, you can now follow through with the actual ritual. Communicate with the spirit and or lay out what you desire to achieve. You can take dragon's blood ink or a pen, paper, and write down what you desire. Write it down as a letter, trying to communicate and feel the energy of the spirit. Write down also what you give. If you desire something specifically, make sure to try to offer something that is of the same energetic value. If you are working towards a long-term goal, make an agreement that you are also giving offerings and repeating this process on a regular basis, to show not only that you're dedicated, but also worthy of achieving your goal, plus amplifying the energies that you're manifesting into your life to really cause that change. If it's just a smaller or minor thing, one ritual can be enough, but I really recommend building that relationship, because if you build a relationship, it is like being friends with the king of the underworld. Azazel is very powerful, and can help you, guard you, and guide you at any given time. He can help you in tricky situations and protect you. I've even spoken with Azazel on a plane in a situation where I was full of anxiety. He calmed me down and the connection was very clear. Azazel for me has become something like a father figure, which is also associated with Saturn, the strict parent that teaches you, but with delayed gratification. So don't get frustrated when working with Azazel. He likes to do things his own way, but if you look back, you will always see that everything works out in your favor. And as a pleasant side effect, massive personal and spiritual growth will occur. So when it comes to what you're offering to Azazel, I recommend, like I said, things like regular offerings, repeating this ritual process, or doing something like I do right now, and talking about what you have achieved and or how people can work with Azazel to empower him like he empowers you. Now let's talk about blood. We have all the offerings here, and as you can see on the sigil that is being shown here, I've sealed the sigil 4 times. You can see you can see that I've dragged my fingers in every corner of the paper and smeared the rest of the blood. I pricked the fingers with a diabetic testing needle set. It is not hurting at all. It's a minor prick and there will come blood out of your finger. I definitely recommend using blood, as it's like the currency of the spiritual realm. I prick, starting with my thumb first, my first finger. Then I drop the blood into the middle onto the sigil and smear it afterwards in the bottom left corner. And then I go counterclockwise into each and every other corner, making a total of 4 smearings and 4 fingers that are being pricked, where the energy is given and dedicated to Azazel and put into the middle of the sigil that you've just drawn. This way, you really open the spiritual and astral gateways to the entity. You're giving him the currency to manifest what you desire. If you do this on a regular basis, you're able to really empower what you are working on. I've worked with Azazel and giving him daily offerings for over 500 days. Needless to say, the results that have manifested in my life are one of a kind. I'm not one of these people who like to brag about my personal life or success or whatever, but let me just tell you that I'm absolutely financially free. Again, I'm not saying this in a braggy manner. I'm not saying this to show off or anything. I just want to tell you that no matter how hopeless your situation may look, that if you connect with these higher powers, and especially with Azazel, who's a great teacher, your life can change dramatically no matter how it may look right now. Opportunities require synchronicity, and this is exactly what the spirits can help you with, manifesting synchronicity in your life. Don't expect anything handed to you. Be prepared to give back and to do your due diligence and work. As long as you're down for that and treat the spirits and guides with respect, you can manifest unimaginable change over a realistic time frame. Be prepared for the challenges that arise too, though. Situations occur and you are being guided all the time. So there may be situations where you are thinking, why is this happening right now? But you should rather ask yourself, what is this teaching me? What have I done to end up in this situation, and what can I learn from it? This is how the gods and the spirits and the universe in itself like to communicate with you, so you understand what changes need to be made in order to manifest your desire or desires. Again, guys, I want to reiterate that my personal bond to Azazel is very special. It has brought me very far in life in every aspect. And there have been situations where I've had medical emergencies, extreme anxieties, or specific situations that were just like hell in this moment. I always spoke with and to Azazel because I've built a connection. I've built a friendship, and even more than that, it's something unimaginable, a deep, deep, deep-rooted connection in which I always will feel protected, guarded, and guided, no matter how hopeless the situation is. And the more you open these gateways, the clearer the connection will be, the clearer the vision for what you have to do, what you have to learn, how you have to grow in order to achieve what you desire will be. I really hope this video helps you and motivates you. Azazel is a very, very, very amazing teacher, guide, guard, and help. But treat him with great respect. His power is unimaginable. He's a spirit that doesn't mess around. He's strict, but very and truly amazing. I was afraid before I started working with Azazel. I didn't know what was coming to me. But after building a real connection, my whole life has changed upside down. And again, guys, you don't have to go into the extremes as a beginner, but I just want to give you a vision and idea of what is really possible, what you can achieve if you follow through with something, and what awaits you in the future if you decide to open the gateways to Azazel's power in your life right now. You can feel free to copy what I've been doing with the Sigil. It has been working very well for me. Going through the process once again so you understand how to connect with Azazel to manifest your desires. Start with drawing the Sigil. Obviously, you want to have all of the information in hand that you need beforehand. So watch some YouTube videos, Google a little bit, read into some books, whatever is needed to really prepare you over a few days or maybe even weeks, depending on how many rituals you're planning to do. Don't procrastinate it for too long and thinking you have to be perfect. Just do what you ever think is necessary to get you prepared. But don't be a procrastinator and follow through with what you want to do and what you want to achieve. After that is done, start with drawing the Sigil. You can feel free to use the template that I've laid out for you. Doing this process, you will already prime your subconscious mind to connect with Azazel. Start the meditation process and gaze at the Sigil. Repeat the ENN-Chanting already and get into the right frequency to connect with Azazel. Place your offerings and dedicate them to Azazel. Light the candles, light the incense, do whatever is needed. After that is done, you can start with repeating the ENN-Chanting 3, 6, 9, whatever times. 3, 6, and 9 are the universal numbers that hold a lot of power. They connect the 3rd, 6th, and 9th dimension, so I like to keep it within these number ranges. As soon as that is done, remember that blood is the currency of the spirit realm, and giving your blood in the way maybe even that I have described is a very, very powerful tool to kickstart or to really increase the power of your manifestation. If you are done with the whole process, remember to thank the spirit for coming forth. And remember to also include, of course, what you will be given and doing in return for Azazel. Doing things like having a routine where you routinely give to him, something that requires discipline, is very much appreciated. If you have to overcome some fears of yours, for example, you don't really feel comfortable with giving some blood, then this is even a greater offering. After you're done with the ritual process, thank Azazel for coming forth in the greatest respect. Leave the offerings, if it is possible, for 30 to 60 minutes, watching over the candles and everything, that nothing burns down, but make sure that you leave it out for a little while at least, to give Azazel time to consume everything and all of the energies. Whatever you're doing, dedicating, offering, always envision the Sigil or Azazel's name written down in your head, whatever you feel more comfortable with and what works for you. This is pretty much all you need, guys, to connect with one of the most powerful spirits that I've ever worked with. That has caused amazing and great change in my life. That's really turned my whole life upside down in a positive manner, changed me as a person to a stronger, more dedicated, more happy, and more enlightened, more spiritual persona. that has pushed with me together through all of the changes occurred over many, many years, and that changed me from somebody who had nothing to living a life that I could only have ever dreamed of and imagined. And again, guys, I'm not saying this to show off or anything. I just want to underline here that anything can be possible if you do the work and tap into this spiritual power that is described in this video. If you have any questions, you can feel free to write a comment, and whenever I see them, I will make sure to get back to you guys. Have a lot of fun and success with this ritual. I'm already looking forward to all of the stories that will be written down in the comments. Make sure to feel free to use my methods if you want to. This is what I upload them for. I quickly want to reiterate why I'm doing this. I'm doing this as a thankfulness gesture to Azazel. So please understand that this video is recorded as a gesture of my thankfulness. And yes, I am biased. I thank you a lot for watching this video, and there's a reason why you have watched it. Follow through with your ambitions and change your life. I wish you all that you desire. Happiness, health, love, wealth, whatever it may be. I charge this video with my energy so you can desire what you want. May this be the case for you. To everybody who has listened until this point, I charge your ritual also with my energy so you can attract and achieve whatever you want to. Make sure to do it for yourself. Make sure to not put any harm on other people. Work towards your goals, your growth. Otherwise, these rituals can backfire. So make sure you're working out of pure intention, out of something that you truly desire. You've deserved it.